Today we're going to talk about terrorism and what I call the lounging cells. Now, we all know what a sleeper cell is. A sleeper cell is a group of terrorists who have embedded themselves into the society, so nobody knows they're there. But these guys were pretty easy to find because of how I campaign. Now, I'm a little unique. I go to grocery store parking lots, and I walk up to cars, and I flash my little postcard, and I say, "Hi, I'm Melissa Toomim. I'm running for Congress. I sure would appreciate your vote in the fall." Well, in April, I walked up to a car, a little red Prius, in a Vons parking lot. And there were two young guys in the car munching lunch, not an unusual sight. In fact, I meet people in their cars all the time. Some of them are on Zoom calls. Some people are taking a nap on their lunch break. Some people are living in their cars. I meet a lot of homeless vets in their cars. Now, this car was a little different. The two young men looked up at me and said, "Oh, we don't vote. We're from Turkey." Turkey, I thought. "Well, thank you for coming to visit us," I said. But as I walked away, I remembered a lesson I'd had from my terrorism class, where my professor said that Turkey has a particularly militaristic culture. Now, I just bookmarked that thought, filed it away, and went on with my day. 4 days later, I'm going to meet a volunteer of mine. Now, it just so happens that my volunteer speaks Turkish, because he grew up on Cyprus, where Greek and Turkish are the two languages. And my friend said to me, "Melissa, I want you to meet my friend, this giant guy. He's from Turkey." And I thought, 3 in less than a week. That's noteworthy. And then my friend told me that the big Turk, we'll call him Ottoman, had flown from Istanbul to Mexico City. He then hired a cartel coyote to get him across the US border. And he had a contact here in LA who gave him the white Mustang convertible he was driving. Now, I also learned from my volunteer that these guys, and there are a lot of them here, they're working Instacart, they're working Uber, Lyft, DoorDash, they're working the delivery and rideshare apps. Now, a few days later, I was at a Ralph's in Marina Del Rey. And again, I walk up to a car, and I said, "Hi, I'm Melissa Toomim. I'm running for Congress. I sure would appreciate your vote in the fall." And again came the phrase, "We don't vote. We're from Turkey." "I don't vote. I'm from Turkey." Turkey, Turkey, Turkey. I met a dozen Turks in that one parking lot and half a dozen Chechens, Ossetians, and Russians, which is to say Chechens. This is a very alarming situation, and I am quite certain it's because we have no border. I made a report about the lounging cells to the Joint Regional Intelligence Center. And a couple of weeks ago, I got a call from NYPD. The detective on the other end of the phone wanted to know more about what I was seeing in the parking lots here in Los Angeles. He told me they're seeing the same thing in New York, and he said it's even worse in Boston. Last January, I got a call from my friend who's retired from the DEA, and he's spending his retirement training IDF soldiers in urban combat. My friend called to warn me. He said, "Melissa, LA is one earthquake away from our own October 7th. We are one earthquake away from our own October 7th. He kept chanting it at me over and over again. And well, with his career, I believed him. When I started meeting the lounging cells, I understood what my friend's use of the word earthquake meant. I interpreted earthquake to mean any event that overwhelms law enforcement, be it an earthquake, fires, marches all over town, or demonstrations that turn violent. And on that day, the lounging cells will commit violence, exploiting their access through the rideshare apps and the delivery apps that they are working. That is how they will get into people's homes. Everyone needs to remember the terrorists who attacked the kibbutzim and southern Israeli towns on October 7th. They had access. Many of them were working on those kibbutzim. They knew the people they killed. They knew the setup. They exploited their access to commit the most grisly violence that would have made Adolf Eichmann blush. Please, I urge you, if you want takeout, go pick it up yourself. If you need a ride, call a taxi. And taxi drivers, they go through background checks, they have a license on the dashboard, and the dispatcher knows who's driving you. We have to control our borders, or we have no country. We're letting terrorists into this country without anybody stopping them. They're delivering groceries to our homes. It is my belief that these lounging cells, these guys lounging around in their Priuses, are going to get orders to strike one day. So please, be safe out there. Thank you. Please vote Toomim for Congress, and I appreciate you.